Welcome back. This is the 15 puzzle, part 2. Remember last time we created the 15 puzzle package, and we created these 4 classes. These 4 classes are going to be the only 4 classes that we need to actually run the application. My name is Arden Thomas. Any questions, feedback, please send them to athomas@cincom.com. You see, let me move this out of the way. We don't need to see that. What we can do now, we just kind of built out the definitions of these classes. Let's look at 15 puzzle piece. A puzzle piece has a number, the number it displays, 1 through 15, and a position. The position, let's make this, part of what we can do in Smalltalk is make the names of these things more descriptive. So what the position is going to be is a point. A point, and copy, paste, and accept that. Okay, we're just telling it that what gets passed in here, this is kind of like documentation. Smalltalk does not have typing. Every type is an object, so we can pass anything in here, but this tells us that the object we want to use is a point. Okay. Also, let's say that we want to get from that position, we want to get the row and the column. So I'm going to create a new category here. I like to call information, because accessing gives you access to the instance variables. Initialize is the initialize, and information might be some other information I want. So let's say I want the row, what row I'm in, and I'm going to return self position. Okay, I hit tab because it was giving me position X. So if I have a point, let's say I have a point that's 3, and here's a way to create a literal point, 3 at 5. How can I tell that's a literal point? Let me highlight that and inspect it. It tells me it's a point, the X is 3, and the Y is 5. And I can actually, let's say P gets, and I'm going to put a period here. So let me do that. And then I can say PX, and what do you think it's going to say? It's going to be the number 3, and I can do the same for Y. So here's a way to always test out those types of things with a workspace. You can immediately try out talking to that object. So let me accept row, and what else do we want? Well, of course, we want column, and column will be self position Y. So we get the X and the Y for the row and the column. Well, we want to know where this puzzle piece is located so that we can draw it. Remember, what the puzzle looks like is something like this. You have the numbers. Oh, I guess this is one it's almost done. The whole idea of the 15 puzzle app is to get them in sorted order 1 through 15, because when here, let me do an open of a new one, all the pieces are random. So here I have most of them in order, but so this will be the row and column of this will be 1, 1, for example, and the row and column of this will be 1, 4. Okay, so that is the row and column for that puzzle piece. Now let me also, again, I'll go to my options, style is Smalltalk, and if I say 15, now notice these, I'm going to use the down arrow and then tab to give me 15 puzzle piece. Now, how do I create a 15 puzzle piece? I can say new, which is a standard, and inspect it, and I have a number and position of new. But what if I want to create a piece with a number? Remember our definition here, it has a number and a position. So to create a piece, I talk to the factory. Here's instance creation. We have new, okay? super new initialize. But what if we want to give it a number? Say we want to create a new puzzle piece with just the number. I can say number n, and then I can say return self new number n. That's it, because this creates self. Remember the order of execution is left to right, unary, so new goes first, and then the keyword goes second. So let me accept this, and I'm going to say number. Now, notice it already knows that, so I'm going to hit tab here. Number, let's say 7. Highlight this. Now this is debug. This takes me into the and debug is it's really a live coding editor, because I can actually write code, and we'll try doing some of that later. So here I'm going to send to the 15PuzzlePiece class, the factory. I'm going to send it to this method right here, number 7. I'm going to walk into that, step into that, self new. So let me say I just want to go ahead and do the new. I can go over it. Now let's say number, I want to go into it. So number, an object, 7, and then this is nil right now. If I execute that, and I can make this more accurate. Let's see, number, copy, paste, accept, and again I can do that. The number is 7, position is still nil. So I can inspect this, and in fact I have a 15 puzzle piece with the number of 7. Still no position. We can assign those later when we need to. How might we do that? Well, let's say we create a temporary variable called piece. I'm going to put a period at the end here. I'm going to highlight this and do this. I now have a piece. If I inspect it, it has the number 7 and no position, but now I can talk to that piece, and that piece is an instance. So I can say position. Oh, here's position. It knows what I'm talking to. Tab. Position, let's say it's 2 over and 4 down, X. Row and column, well, 2 down and 4 over, period. So piece position, and if I do that, let me just go ahead and do that, and now I inspect piece. I have a puzzle piece with the number 7, and the position is 2 at 4. And we said, based on how we're defining this point, let me drill into this. It's a point, X and Y, and we said the X is the row, so row 2, column 4. So here we've rounded out the implementation of puzzle piece, giving it being able to get a row and a column. We've added an instance creation method where we can create it and assign a number at the same time. And then we created a piece and we gave it a position. We created a piece with a number, and then we talked to that piece and gave it a position. So this rounds out the 15 puzzle piece, although I believe we'll come back to this later.